Beep boop.
60 minutes, beep boop. Hard in corners, bop borb.
Quick shifts. Beep beep.
Quick shifts, beep bop.
Stick talk. Stick talk. Stick talk.
And hockey.
Hockey.
Yes, sir.
Welcome back, everyone. This is episode 43 of Stick Talk Hockey. As always, I'm your host, Tico. This is my co-host.
I'm yours truly.
And we got a whole week of hockey stuff to go over today.
Oh boy, do we ever.
You know, last week we had a really fun episode. Played some games, didn't go over too much news. Everything was light, everything was cheery, and the NHL dropped some bombs on us this week.
You know, when we predicted it too.
Yeah, we did.
It was that movie moment where you're like, it's quiet. Too quiet.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I guess we should get into the big one right away.
Yeah.
The Marc-Andre Fleury story.
Oh my God.
So Fleury, one of the most beloved goalies in the league. Who doesn't like this guy? He's a lock for the Hall of Fame.
The flower power is unmatched.
He's about to pass Patrick Waugh, I believe, for second all time in wins.
Unbelievable.
3-time Stanley Cup champion. Like, who doesn't love this guy? And the Wild decided they're doing their Native American Heritage Night, right? We all know, we've talked about it many times, what's gone on in the league this year. They're not allowed to wear the jerseys. Team's still allowed to do the night. Fleury puts a mask together for it. It's a beautiful mask. And his wife's Native American, and his kids obviously share that heritage, so their names are on the mask. It was just gas all the way around.
It was a beautifully crafted mask. He went and found a local indigenous artist as well, and they designed the mask. Like, it was through and through done the right way, totally respectfully.
Yeah,
had
fantastic.
the best intentions.
The NHL said, nope.
Nah, that.
And apparently Fleury said, well, too bad. I think I'm just going to do it. And the NHL said, double nope. We're going to fine the whole team if you do that.
Yeah, we'll give you a double fine. How about that?
And Fleury, the legend, went out there in it anyways.
Good for him.
What a play.
I love that. Good for him. Force their hand. Do it.
And I love it because now, like, the reporting has been saying that the NHL is not going to fine him for it.
Yeah, exactly. Of course they're not. This is the exact same thing that happened with Travis Dermott.
It's so funny, dude. It's just like proof over and over and over again that they're like, the NHL legitimately stands for nothing while pretending that they do.
Oh, they have no backbone.
Absolutely none.
It's embarrassing at this point. Like, why do you even open your mouth? Just sit in the corner and pretend that you do something.
I couldn't believe it when I first saw that they weren't going to let him wear it. I mean, as much as obviously I should have, they didn't let Logan Thompson wear the breast cancer awareness thing, but they did let Bobrovsky wear his purple mask.
I think the difference was that Bobrovsky just didn't ask.
Yeah.
And Grubauer didn't ask. They just did it. And then the NHL was like, we're just not going to bring that up and pretend no one noticed. But we noticed. We all saw it.
Yeah.
It was
absolutely.
there. It was purple on a blue jersey. How do you not notice?
I mean, like, can this league get any worse?
This league is like the definition of plead ignorance, because it's better to just beg for forgiveness than ask permission.
I just don't understand any of the moves. I from the Pride stuff to begin with to including everything in this weird blanket ban, but then not actually holding anyone accountable to the ban, which is like, obviously it's a stupid ban to begin with, but like, what are we doing? What are we doing here?
And this is the league that's always like, oh, we don't want headlines overruling the sport. We don't want to be creating all this extra noise. We want to be settling it down. That's not how you do it.
No, it's not how you do it.
Who's on your PR team?
Like Roberto Luongo. I'm trying to find the tweet, but I don't have it up. Roberto Luongo got involved in this. I've never seen this dude do that. he still works like in the NHL. Like he's working on a team right now, and he was like, "What are we doing here?"
Yeah, I mean, he's actively employed on panels too. Like, let's not act like he doesn't have something to lose here.
Yeah, I mean, he's currently a member of the Panthers. I mean, you know, it's kind of a couple players on your roster's fault we're here to begin with your stall buddies, but you know, whatever.
Yeah, but I mean, like, literally, I mean, come on, what are we even doing here? His exact words.
Yeah, and I just said that like it's kind of the stall's fault, and maybe it is, but I actually don't blame them anywhere near as much as I blame the leadership of the NHL.
You know what? I don't even blame them. I don't blame the Stalls. I don't blame Reimer. I don't blame any of those guys because at the end of the day, it's your own body and it's your own autonomy and it's your own religious freedom. So
Yeah.
go ahead and exercise that.
Yeah.
You're allowed to, but you can't expect everyone to adhere to that the exact way. Like if you're going to complain that you don't want to be forced to wear this jersey,
Yeah.
you also can't force everyone to not wear the jersey.
Yeah.
And that's the weird parallel that we always see with this kind of crap. Is
Well,
there's such this
exactly.
weird divide where it's like, okay, well, like if you want to live that way, you can live that way. Well, no, you have to live that way too, or it doesn't count. It's like
It's such a bizarre. It's just such a bizarre form of leadership where they go, "Oh, we don't want to impede on people's freedom of expression here."
so we're going to impede on 90%
People's
of the
freedom
league's freedom of expression.
Yeah,
Like
they
there was
draw this weird line in the sand, and then like in the process, they make it this big controversy for players like legends like Marc-Andre Fleury to show their thoughtful support for causes that are close to their heart. It's unbelievably weak leadership.
And is this not what we asked for from our superstars? Is this not what the league begged for 30 years? Be
Well-
active in your community. There's an award for it at the end of the year for the player that shows the most charitable and giving spirit to their local community. It's literally an award. And
See-
you're going to punish a guy for doing that exact thing?
The thing is, though, is that the NHL doesn't want it. The NHL doesn't want any of that. The fans want it. The media wants it. Maybe some of the organizations want it. League does not want the players to have any personality. We've seen it time and time again.
Beep boop.
Beep boop.
60 minutes. Beep boop. Hard in corners. Bop borp.
Quick shifts. Beep beep.
Quick shifts. Beep bop.
Horrendous. We've said it over and over again. Gary, retire. Call it a career. Hang your jersey up on the rafters so we can all shoot arrows at it and burn it.
Absolutely. I cannot wait for you to retire. I'm sick and tired of watching 60, 70, 80-year-old men, 80-year-old white men making decisions for an entire generation that they don't even understand.
And I'm sick of talking about this.
Yep. I'm the number one proponent of let's play hockey.
Yeah.
Let's go out and play the game we all love. And
Yeah.
let's all come together and enjoy the game we love. That's what sport is for.
Yeah.
It brings people together.
Yeah.
My locker room, I guarantee you that all of those people would have never talked to each other in normal day-to-day life besides like the two guys that came there together.
Sure.
Everyone is friends now.
Yeah.
Everyone makes plans outside of the hockey game.
Sure.
We have guys that go to the bar after games now, and they had no background with each other.
Of course.
Barely anything in common, but
That's
they
hockey,
found
baby.
common ground. That's hockey, baby.
Yeah.
We have everything on our team, and everyone gets along. You know
Yeah.
why? Because we have common ground, and we understand each other, and it's a human element.
Because you know what? Hockey's for everyone. I don't care.
Hockey is for everyone, and everything the NHL does is so backwards to the slogans that they try and push.
Yep.
I don't know why they even open their mouth anymore. It's so goddamn embarrassing.
Yeah.
I had to actually unfollow the NHL's main
Yeah.
page just so I didn't have to listen to them anymore.
Yeah.
Like, you can't complain about losing relevance on a global main stage, but then every single time that you have a chance to actually be worth a damn, you back off and you
Yeah.
go and cower in the corner and step on your own tail 6 times.
Yep.
It's embarrassing. No one respects this league.
No. And they shouldn't. They absolutely should not.
Your own fans don't respect this league.
No.
I've heard from multiple people that are not watching this season because of the antics of head office last season. It wasn't the game. It's not how we're
Yeah.
eliminating fighting.
Yeah.
It's not any of the things that the league constantly points at as being like, this is why we lose viewers.
Yeah.
It's you.
Yep.
You're the problem.
Yep.
Have you ever watched, like, what's that Ramsey show? Kitchen Nightmares
Yeah, I love Kitchen
or
Nightmares.
Hotel Hell?
I haven't seen that one.
This is Hotel Hell. Fam, it's you.
It's you. And look, man, I'm not advocating for anything illegal. I'm not gonna incriminate myself or anybody else live on the air here. But I know a lot of people that will not pay that money for that Sportsnet package because of those antics. They're still watching the games, but they ain't paying you.
And you know what? I know a lot of people that wouldn't mind paying you
Exactly.
if you actually did something that aligned with their beliefs. And
Had
their
any sort of direction or backbone at all, yeah.
yeah. But this is a league that's not worth supporting.
No.
I don't buy jerseys right now. Not
No.
because I can't afford them, not
No.
because I don't want them.
Yeah.
It's because I don't want to support this league.
Totally.
No, you don't deserve my money.
Yeah, yep. I'm a huge jersey collector, dude. I haven't bought one in a while. I'm not putting any money in Gary Bettman's pocket. I'm not putting any money in Francesco Aquilini's pocket. Not gonna happen, pal. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'll buy a CCM on Marketplace.
Absolutely.
But yeah, league's not getting any of my cheddar.
Oh yeah, I'll stimulate the local economy all I want.
Yeah, baby.
If there's a sweet little jersey on Marketplace, you can bet your butt I'm gonna go and look at it.
100%.
But I'm not giving the league $250 for a screen printed piece of shit.
Stick Talk Hockey, certified supporters of local economies.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Buy your
Okay.
jerseys, just don't buy them from this guy.
That's right. All right, let's get into the on ice stuff, which is now sadly the off ice stuff.
As well.
John Klingberg looks like it might be a career for him. Really, really tough to see.
Yeah, I mean, really shocking too. Kind of came out of nowhere. Like we didn't know of any like we knew he had some injury issues.
Yeah,
but,
some injury history for
but
sure.
but who doesn't? And it
course.
wasn't. It didn't seem like it was impeding his play.
Yeah.
We just thought he was having an off year on a new team.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy's, like I said on the solo podcast, he's always carried a minus.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's just an offensive defenseman.
That's what he does.
That's a little leaky.
Yeah.
So like there was nothing here to indicate that, you know, he was truly
Besides
damaged.
just the lack of offense he was putting up in Toronto. But I mean, like, yeah, you new guy adjusting to a new team. Didn't have the best year last year. I kind of just figured it was a bit of a down year, but now looks like that hip's gone, and it's at least a season, potentially the end of the career. You hate to see that.
Yeah, that's really upsetting. And unfortunately for the Leafs, and because of how untrustworthy they and several other teams have been with their LTIR in years past, it's going to be a little bit of a longer process because there was no on ice injury like that was catastrophic where we're like, oh, he's hurt.
Right.
So they're going to take a second to actually get this to be officially cleared to LTIR. There's going to have to be due process.
Yeah.
Whereas normally you would just see like knee on knee hit. It's LTIR.
LTIR.
Duh.
Yeah, but I mean, once that goes through, for the Leafs, you're looking at $4.1 million in cap space. Patrick Kane, anyone?
I was actually thinking Zadorov.
Zadorov?
They need defense.
It's a better look than Patrick Kane. I'll tell
They
you
need
that
some
much.
don't touch my goalie type defense.
Yeah. I'm very interested. I'm very, very interested.
I mean, realistically,
yeah.
You could swing Zadorov and Kane.
Potentially.
Zadorov's a UFA at the end of the year.
You know who I'd rather see them get, even though I want him? Chris Tanev.
Yeah.
Zadorov is leaky.
Oh, yeah.
He's big, he's physical, but he's leaky. Chris Tanev is what the Leafs need, in my opinion. I am not of the belief, I've said it over and over again, that the Leafs team needs to get tougher. They need sound defensive play so that they're not getting porously scored on all the time.
Great word.
Thank you.
But yeah, absolutely. And I mean, like, I literally had this conversation with my goalie last night because very much the same thing.
Sure.
He lit in 5 and he was beating himself up. And I was like, dude, like, realistically, you can only take credit for 2 of those because the other 3 were one-timers inside of 5 feet.
Yeah.
That's on us.
Yeah, totally.
That's not your fault. That's also the issue with the Leafs for so long is they can't actually take a good hard look in the mirror and be like, this is our issue.
Yeah.
They always look at like the last thing
Yeah.
and they're like, oh, it's this D-man. Oh, it's this goalie.
Yeah.
If we got a new goalie, we'd be fine.
No. we get pushed around a little too much. Well, Ryan Reeves, let's give 78-year-old Ryan Reeves another year. Good grief. Give me a break.
He scored. He scored this week.
Wow.
Sound the alarms.
Sound the alarms. Yeah, right. Wow, way to go, buddy.
He's on pace for 8. What a heater.
Buddy, if he gets 8, I'll be shocked. No, I think they need their equivalent of Edmonton's Barry for Ekholm trade last year.
Yep.
They need someone sound back there, dude.
And they need to not spend too much. They need to actually have like just equal value, but like different games.
Yeah. Unless a blockbuster's coming for Nylander, because can they pay him? No.
No. One of these players has to go. I mean, I want this to turn to a Leafs podcast, but I mean, like, one of those players has to go. You cannot have Marner, Tavares, Nylander, Matthews.
All over 10?
No.
No, you can't have $40 million. Well, you already have $40 million in those players, but you can't have more than that.
Yeah,
like, it's already crazy.
And it already shows. Like, we already talk about how the Leafs' biggest issue is that when those guys aren't on the ice.
Yeah.
Who's on the ice?
Nylander to Vancouver for Archer Seelovs, the young 21-year-old goalie, 2 firsts, and Nils Höglander. And then
that's a lot.
And then
that's a lot.
Toronto flips those first picks for Zadorov or Tanev as well.
It's not a bad idea. But I don't think the Canucks would be. Well, actually, that's not true. You guys are stupid as shit.
No, you know what? Actually, I don't think it's the worst idea for Vancouver. If I'm being completely honest, this is a weird thing for the Canucks because the Canucks have had so much money on the wings for so long, right? It's been like one of their weird downfalls has been like, okay, you have no defense, you have no centers, you just have all these wingers. But now it's actually kind of flipped where they have their elite center, they have their elite goaltender, they have their elite defenseman, and an actual D-core all of a sudden.
Realistically, they have 2 elite centers if JT Miller doesn't play like
and 2
dog
elite
shit.
defensemen with Hronek playing the way he's playing.
Yeah.
The place they're actually lacking is having an elite winger.
Yeah. I mean, do you think that William Nylander is going to be that needle mover for you guys? Like, do you think he's really going to like
I think if you put William Nylander on a line with Elias Pettersson, it would be magic.
Yeah. Okay. I just worry that like he wouldn't be able to find the next gear in the window you need him to.
Maybe.
Like I'm not gonna say that like William Nylander's a bum, but like as far as players that
he's
like
absolutely not.
As far as players I believe in,
yeah.
Like I just don't like I don't believe the sticker price. I don't see the value in the sticker price the way some people do.
Yeah, I think I disagree. I think the last 2 playoff runs where the Leafs have been kicked onto their ass in the second round last year and the first the year before, Nylander was their best player both rounds.
That's true.
I don't actually think it's the like maybe like I wouldn't say like Alvin should be trying to make that deal happen or anything like that. It's an interesting thought though.
It's not a bad thought. I'll give you that. It's an intriguing one.
Yeah.
It's not something I'd just be super dismissive of, but 2 firsts is like Yeah, I don't know if like
maybe
with,
A first.
I would say A first because with that contract and what you're like realistically giving the Leafs in capital just like to spend elsewhere.
Yeah.
Like that's also valuable in this league now with the flat cap.
For sure.
Like there's just no way around it. Like I'm doing you a favor by taking that $8 million.
My other thing with the Canucks though is like, okay, if they play well this year, right? Which they have been, if they are a playoff team, and you sign Pettersson short term, which we've talked about.
Yeah, 4 years.
Let's say maybe it's 3, right? If if you get him at 3 to 4, Hughes has 3 left, Demko has 3 left. That's your window now. It's 3 years.
Yeah,
that's it.
And I mean, they have the pieces.
Go all in. If Pettersson's signing short term, you go all in for the next 3 years.
Yeah.
As much as I have been the biggest God stop going all in team or like proponent, if that's the window that you've made for yourself, you got to send it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, they've already built the window. They may as well walk through it. There's no point in just watching it close.
Exactly.
It just makes sense at this point. As much as I also agree that the Canucks should have just committed to the full rebuild and had like 8 years
Yeah.
of brilliance.
Yeah.
If you've already skipped half the rebuild and you're just going to jump right into the window and give yourself 3 or 4 instead, yeah, sure, go for it. Whatever.
Because like realistically, you think about when Colorado won the Cup, what was the big storyline? I mean, Makar was amazing, but Nathan McKinnon is on the best contract in the league. That's why they could win that Cup, right?
Yeah.
You got to think with the money these guys are going to start getting in this next offseason and the offseason after that. If Hughes does win the Norris this year and he keeps playing like this, Hughes at $8 million is damn near the same caliber of holy cow, what a contract as McKinnon at 6.
100%. Or even Makar.
Make use of it.
Makar was worth every single dollar.
Yeah. Make use of it.
Make 100%. You've already spent the money. It's there. Just go for it.
Yeah. So,
And like you guys actually have some really intriguing depth. I wouldn't even look at trading Connor Garland anymore. I wouldn't look at trading Brock Besser.
Connor Garland, dude, is so underrated in this market. It blows my mind how many people want that dude gone. Yes, he's not a top line contributor. That's unfortunate. But
He's a hell of a depth player.
is he ever? He truly drives his line every night in and night out. In that bottom 6, he is driving play.
He's the name I hear the most. When
Yeah.
I tune into a Canucks game, like, yeah, you hear, JT Miller, Pettersson, Hughes.
Yeah.
But like the name that I hear the most where I'm always just like, what the why am I hearing the name so much?
Yeah.
It's Garland. He's everywhere.
Yeah, he's everywhere.
He
dude.
does everything and he gets so shit on by this fan base. And it blows my mind because
It blows
like
my mind too.
I get that he wants a trade. I get that they don't see the value of what they're paying him.
And now we're hearing that he made it very clear he did not want to be traded. Right after that whole thing came out, he went to he had a meeting with the room and said, "I don't know where this came from. I did not ask for a trade."
So like, what do you want from the guy? He's playing great and he's if anything been playing over his head.
Yeah. I think Alvin's not the biggest fan of him. But I mean,
like, can you really blame the guy for not liking a piece like that's on a team that he acquired already? Like,
well, yeah, that's just it, right?
It's not his build.
Yeah, it's not his build. That's just it. And Alvin's definitely not the biggest fan of the small, undersized, creative winger. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, he's so gritty.
Exactly, he is.
He doesn't need to be oversized.
No.
He uses his weight and he understands physics, so it doesn't matter.
He wins a lot of board battles for his size, man. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, it's because he hits them harder. It doesn't matter if you're
Exactly.
bigger if you don't have as much force.
Yeah, 100%. Should we move on to the Hawks?
Yeah, let's do it, man.
Rough
what
week for Chicago.
I mean, when isn't it a rough week for Chicago? They're back in court too because they're just like their head management's just a bunch of. But hey, whatever.
Yep. Please don't forget that while we go through this.
Yeah, keep in mind that, the Chicago Blackhawks covered up the Kyle Beach thing, and now there's like 2 other people that are coming forward with more
Yes.
allegations that this head office covered up.
Not only
knowingly.
covered up, but also endorsed the man later on in his career when he went to work with minors.
Yeah, and then continued to commit the same crimes. So
Don't forget.
yeah, and yeah,
Scory Perry, healthy scratched, and nobody really knows what's going on.
it's weird.
Yeah, he just wasn't in the line rushes and then didn't play and then didn't practice with the Lions again the next day and then didn't play again.
And the coach was the one answering for it, but it
Yeah.
didn't seem like a coaching decision when he was talking about it.
Yeah.
So that makes you wonder.
And like, I don't know, like we've looked, I've looked around and tried to listen to, obviously you listen to Friedman and stuff, but then I've also been listening to some of the Chicago media and trying to find where the tidbits are here. And there's just not a whole lot of reason why anywhere.
It's very tight-lipped. And I mean, like, when it's so tight-lipped from like a head office level,
Yeah.
you kind of have to assume that it's a little bit bigger than just,
I wonder
an
if
injury
I wonder if Chicago just wasn't ready for the Corey Perry show, honestly. This dude likes to get lit. This dude likes to party hard. Maybe they're not too happy about how that's going around young Bedard.
Yeah, maybe.
It might be as
They're-
simple as that. Who knows?
It could be just a minor incident of like something like that, or it, I mean, like Corey Perry, we also, and there's so many things I want to get into on this, so remind me about it because like this
Yeah.
also ties in heavily to the gambling issues that I have. Like, fam, like I know Corey Perry plays on the Hawks, and who's
Yeah.
really going to gamble on the Hawks?
Yeah.
But like, if he was on a meaningful team, like if he was still on Tampa,
Yeah.
I would want to know where Corey Perry's at. If I'm playing fantasy, like they're saying that
Yeah.
they want to start making fantasy so that you have to show your ID to get into the app,
Yeah.
so that you can pay money, so that they can tax the money
Yeah.
on the winnings on these
Yeah.
tiny little fantasy leagues,
Yep.
which is ludicrous and insane.
Of course.
But if you're going to do that,
Mm-hmm.
I need to know where Corey Perry's at.
Yeah.
If he's averaging 6
Totally.
points a night for my team,
Yeah.
and he's suddenly scratched in a match where it's a back-breaking match,
Yeah.
and it's a 4-point spread.
Yeah.
Where's Corey Perry? Do I
Yeah.
drop him? Do
Yeah.
I put him on IR? What are we doing?
What are we doing here?
Like-
What are we doing here? It's one thing, and totally, it's one thing when Patrick Laine's healthy scratched, and right away the coach is like, "Yeah, hey, the guy blows right now, so we need him to sit for a game." That's one thing. That's totally fine.
Yeah.
This type of, I mean, I guess we'll have to wait. Like if he's gone into player assistance or something like that, and it's something bigger, whatever, I guess.
But that's
But
why we
there's-
have the blanket terms of player assistance.
Right? Yeah,
Like,
totally.
we
But
just
there's
saw-
got to be something.
Like we just saw it with Sam Girard. We'll get to that in a little bit. But
Yeah,
like,
we will.
for example, we just saw that this
Yep.
week. The same thing.
Yeah.
Missed a game, healthy scratched.
Yeah.
Player assistance.
Even if you just say, you don't even have to, even if you just said personal reasons.
That's fine. And I get the Corey Perry, and this was the other thing I wanted to get into. Corey Perry's been around the league a long time.
Yeah.
And he's made a lot of friends. And
Yeah.
he's a very respected individual as much as he is a little bit of a goonbo on the ice now.
Of course, yeah.
He's earned a lot of respect from all of these people.
Yeah.
So it's understandable that they might give him a little bit more grace than any other player if he's going through something personal.
Right.
Like I very much understand that, but at
Right.
the same time there has to be some give and take.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
you can't just
totally.
vaguely be like, yeah, he's not playing.
Totally.
Like even if like something tragic happened in the family, and I hope it didn't. I
Yeah,
really,
yeah, me too.
like best wishes to Corey Perry, truly.
Of course.
But like we saw the Jets head coach, he just came back. His
Yep.
wife had a stroke,
Had
a
a
really
seizure,
serious or a seizure. Sorry,
Yeah.
not a stroke, but very serious incident.
yeah.
And he kept a very tight lip for a little bit,
Yeah.
and that's totally fine. And then when things were under control, he was like, "Hey, here's what's happening."
That's what happened. Yeah.
But they did it under the guise of personal reasons and family matters.
And that's enough.
That's all
more
you
than
need.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we respect Corey Perry enough to not dig into that.
Right.
So like when you do this kind of shit, it's like,
What's sketchy happening here? Because it feels like there is.
and with this organization
Yeah.
and their track record,
Yeah.
you can't help but go, that's a little weird.
Well, I don't know about you, but like I usually give the Chicago Blackhawks the benefit of the doubt.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They're entirely deserving of a first round pick in Connor Bedard. They did absolutely. They paid their dues. They
Also, the absolute irony in not letting Fleury wear his Native American Heritage Night uniform while having the face of your league play in the Blackhawks logo every night is like, come on, man. What
Well,
are we doing?
100%.
What are we doing?
What are we doing here?
Oh, God. Another rough one, though, too. Taylor Hall. He's done for the season after a knee surgery.
Yeah, Jesus. I mean,
Huh.
the clock stops for no man.
Yeah, these Blackhawks signings haven't gone very well. And I mean, that's kind of the risk you take on when your way of juicing your team for Bedard is signing guys past their prime.
Yeah, you're going to expect injuries. Like Taylor Hall was injured in like the first 5 games. He played 3 more, then he got hurt again.
Yeah.
Then he played for another 10 and now he's hurt. And it's like, well,
What do you want?
shocker. Like
Tough to see though. I mean, we're talking about MVP Taylor Hall here.
yeah, I mean Taylor Hall
Did win MVP.
He did win MVP and he deserved it.
No,
I know
he did
there's
not.
I know there's a lot of haters
Claude
out
Giroux
there.
deserved it.
Hater.
Claude Giroux deserved MVP
Hater.
that year. I don't want to hear anything else.
Taylor Hall carried the Devils into the playoffs. They
So
would
did
not
Claude
have
Giroux.
been there. Yeah, but
Yes. Yes.
yeah, but he's ugly.
Uglier than Taylor Hall?
Come on, you don't like the triple lip bad boy?
Okay. Okay. No. We should leave that alone now. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Speaking about guys with a lot of lip, Milan Lucic.
Oh God, the
So-
Luch.
We brought it up at the end of the show last week. He got arrested, but we didn't have any of the information yet at that time. Now we know arrested for the domestic incident where he allegedly choked his wife
And pulled her hair.
and pulled her hair.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. I hope you don't play again, Lucic. Although I think it's much more likely the NHL just says you can play because we know how they go.
We know exactly how this league handles everything. If it's
Mhm.
if it's a mask or it's a fashion choice, then well, God, we got to throw the book at you. But
Of course.
as soon as it's a legal matter, we'll just, you know,
I mean, what can we do? Hands are tied.
yeah. I mean, it's out of our control, and you know, we'll just we'll present the information as it comes to us,
You know, I
Or-
was just
or we won't, and we'll just keep it to ourselves. Hey,
I-
Gary, where's that report?
amen, dude.
Wasn't that like completed?
It's being appealed apparently right now. So we can't get it until after the appeal.
Come on
Such
now.
a joke.
Come on now.
You know what boggles my mind? I was just talking about this with Reed last night.
Shout out the homie.
Looking back now at the 2011 Bruins and the 2011 Canucks, right?
Yeah.
That was such a big series. One of the greatest final series I've ever watched in my life.
Oh, it was a nail biter through and through.
But I so remember from the outside Vancouver market media, right? Like the rest of the world media, I guess, or North American. The narrative was so anti-Canucks. There was all the Sedin sisters stuff from everyone.
Yep.
And it was very the Canucks were the bad guys because you know Alex Burrows and Maxim
Bieksa.
Lapierre and Kevin Bieksa, right? How were they the bad guys in that series?
I know.
Like the team led by the Sedins and Roberto Luongo were captioned as the bad guys against a team that included Milan Lucic and Brad Marchand.
Come on now.
I know Patrice Bergeron's a beauty, but like, come on, bruh.
Yeah, like let's call it what it is. Really.
Well, and I get it. You know, back then there were so many people hanging on to that, like, oh, the Bruins play old time hockey, rough and tough hockey. That's real hockey.
Let's go.
You know, Don Cherry was the city's got these visors on. You know,
A+ impression.
but like, come on, dude. This Lucic incident it just reminded me of that. I was like, how was this guy the good guy?
And like, if we really wanted to like be that way,
Yeah,
if Brad Marchand wasn't in the NHL
yeah,
and he did any of the shit that he did in the NHL,
yeah.
he'd be in jail right now.
Yeah, just licking people's faces.
I was thinking more about like the flying forearm to Johansson, the back of Johansson's head after the play.
Oh yeah.
You remember
yeah.
he came down from the blue line
Yeah.
at full speed and then just drove the elbow right into the back of his head. Johansson missed 45 games
Yep.
because of it.
Yep.
That's assault.
Well, I think it's maybe a little bit even. You know, PK Subban attempted murder when he blew Marchand up.
I mean, it was legal murder though.
Yes, that's right. Legal murder. Oh God. Okay. One more news segment for today. Samuel Girard going into the NHLPA Players Assistance Program. Says it's for severe anxiety and depression leading to some alcohol abuse.
Damn.
Yeah. Really, really, really tough to see. Hope the best for you, Sam, and I hope you get yourself on track a little bit there.
Yeah, I have to I'm struggling to hold myself together a little bit because
Yeah,
this
you do your thing.
hits really close to home for
Of
me.
course.
Like I'm almost 4 years sober now.
Yeah, you are.
Thank you. But yeah, it's like it tailspins so fast and it's so hard to like get a grip of that. And it's so hard to even acknowledge that you have an issue sometimes, especially when you're like a hockey player in this world where you always have to be tough, rough, ready to go,
This culture,
ready to put the team on your back.
Of course.
Like your issues don't matter. You're on the team.
Right.
So good for you for getting help and
Yeah.
realizing that this is an issue, because
that's a hard thing to do. It takes it's a strong thing to do.
it shows real strength to be able to do that. And I really wish this guy all the best.
Yeah.
Absolute beauty on the ice too.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry to hear that it's been so tough for you, because like, hey, anyone who is struggling with anxiety, depression, alcohol abuse, like, you're not alone. It's
No.
actually way more common than you'd think.
Yeah.
And you're not weak for getting help.
Amen.
And I implore you to get help.
Yeah.
If you're hearing this on Monday, there's usually AA meetings. Just do a quick little search.
Yep.
You'll find one.
Yep.
And I encourage you to go.
100%.
And it doesn't make you any weaker.
Nope.
It makes you much stronger. Even
That's
if you
right.
just go for the information and you don't go again.
Yeah.
Good for you for going, and good for you for learning a little bit, because you will learn there too.
Totally.
And it's really helpful. I will say that. I don't go to the meetings myself. I don't personally have the time in my schedule, nor do I necessarily need it at the stage I'm at in my recovery. But I know people that go 3 times a week,
Yeah.
and they love it.
Yeah.
And that's like their community now.
Right.
And that's beautiful.
That's
So-
super beautiful.
Good for you for getting help. I'm wishing all the best to you. And yeah, if you do struggle with anything like this, please reach out. You're not alone. Like, talk to someone.
Yeah.
Because they will help you. Like, all my friends helped me so much in the first year, first 2 years, 3 years. They still help me to this day, every day. Like, so you're not alone.
Yeah.
Take that first step, and we'll always encourage you.
Amen, Tro. Well said. All right, let's finish up with something a little bit lighter, just to cap this one off today.
Yes.
We're gonna do the Puck Doku today.
Yeah, a little fun game. I thought we'd wrap these episodes up with some like game segments this season instead of like some hockey clips.
Yeah, absolutely. So, because if you've done the Puck Doku, hey, maybe you'll have some different answers. Maybe you'll be yelling at your radio as you're listening to this. If you haven't, we'll play along together. So we got. How do you want to go through this?
Do
Do you want to do one at a time?
Yeah, let's go one at a time. We'll just call the teams, and then we can both pick one.
For the Puck Doku, we have, for our 3 columns, we have Boston, Chicago, and a season goals against average under 2.5. And then for our rows, we have Florida, the Capitals, and then 500 plus games played.
So 2 pretty easy ending columns.
Yeah, those ones I think I can get the quickest. Can we do for the 500 games played and goals against under 250? Can you just do Luongo? Just get my boy out of the way early. Beautiful.
Great choice. Comes in at 2%.
2%. We like
wow.
that. You got anything here?
Florida goals against average under 2.5. I'm thinking Bobrovsky. He had a
You
tight
think
year there
so?
1 year, didn't he?
He's had bad. I'd go like Thomas Vokoun maybe. He had some banger years there. Bob, I don't know if he's had a full season under 2.5 in Florida. He's had nothing but bad seasons there.
Yeah, okay. Maybe I think Volkun's probably a safer bet.
Can you try it? Try Vokoun? Because he had some good years in Florida. He really did. Thomas Vokoun.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Comes in at 7%.
At
Good
7%.
take.
We like that.
Goals against under 250 for Capitals. Holtby.
It's got to be Holtby, right?
That's an easy one. That probably comes in at what, like 50%?
Wait. Can we? How do you feel about Kolzig, Olaf Kolzig? Do you think he ever had one?
No.
Just to get that percentage down? No. Okay,
No, I don't
let's
think
do Holtby
so.
then. Let's do Holtby.
I'd much prefer a perfect bracket over
Okay, I'm with that.
40%. Yeah, well, ho hum. What do you think?
Yeah. What do you want? What do
Yeah.
you want? Okay, and then I guess on the 500 careers games played, like the obvious ones are Kane and Taves.
Yeah. I mean, if you really wanted to go super easy, you could go. Oh shit! Played on the Hawks, played on the Penguins, played on the Red Wings. Marian Hossa.
yeah, let's do Hossa. I like Hossa. 3%. Nice work.
Thank
nice
you.
work. Boston. Let's do again easy's Patrice. I don't want to do Chara either.
I mean, you could go like really old and say Bobby Orr if you.
I
really
don't
felt
think
like
he.
it.
I don't think he got 500.
Did he not?
He had a really short career, dude. Those knee injuries ruined him early.
I thought he got over 5 though.
You want to know something crazy?
What?
Gordie Howe.
Yeah.
His rookie season was the year Bobby Orr was born.
Okay.
The year Gordie Howe retired, Bobby Orr was already in the Hall of Fame.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Isn't that actually crazy?
That's a nuts stat.
It's ridiculous. Okay, so yeah, what are we doing for 500 games played here?
I
in
mean,
Boston.
There's
Bergeron,
a
I guess.
lot of like low hanging fruit on that one, but yeah, Bergeron I think deserves the nod more than anything. Ding.
16%. All right.
Still pretty good.
Capitals Bruins. I think his last season was in Washington. Can we use the Zdeno Chara for that?
Yeah. I'm pretty. No wait.
Yeah,
Maybe.
the 2021 season, I believe.
He played for New York. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
24%.
24%.
All right. Good
We like
pick.
that.
I forgot about him.
Florida,
But-
Boston. I'm trying to think.
mm,
Oh, Achari.
great
Achari
one.
played for both.
Yes, he did. That's my boy. A plus pick.
Beauty, 5%. We like that. Okay.
Florida, Chicago's a weird one too.
Florida, Chicago.
Did
Um,
Duncan Keith ever play for Florida?
No.
Oh, Yandel.
Keith Yandel.
Did Yandel play for the Hawks at one point?
No.
Or am I tripping?
No. Coyotes he played for. Can I get like, I feel like someone from those Caps teams, like, or not Caps teams, the Hawks teams, like, not Brendan Saad.
No, he went.
What about like Troy Bauer?
what? Troy Bauer.
No, I don't know. Trying to remember. Seabrook is a no. I feel like there's someone from like the 2010 Hawks teams that played.
I'm thinking depth forwards.
Yeah. I feel like there's a B name somewhere. Like not Kyle Burrows, not Alex Burrows, Baumgartner, Andrew Brunette.
Okay.
That's who I'm thinking of.
for the Florida Chicago? Or for
Yeah.
Caps and
Yeah, that one. Yeah. Oh,
damn.
that's
Eh.
tough.
All right, we got one shot left, two corners to pick. It's actually a tough one today.
This is a tough one, man. We got two left. Okay, we have one shot left. Can you guess Troy Bauer? Can't remember. I don't have anything else.
For Florida, Chicago?
Chicago. He played for Chicago.
Did he play for Florida too? Oh, wow.
Okay, we got it.
Ding. Could you view our stats down there at the very bottom?
Okay. Can you look up Andrew Brunette's career?
Dylan Strome was the most selected player
Oh,
for
Dylan
the
Strome.
Hawks and
Duh.
the Capitals. Yep, makes sense.
Come on.
And Campbell, for some weird ass reason, Florida, Chicago, most popular answer.
Oh, okay, yeah. Andrew Brunette.
Capitals, Predators, Thrashers, Wild,
Blackhawks.
Avs, Hawks.
Oh,
Son of-
we guessed it for the other one. Oh, whoa, we could have used him for Caps Hawks.
Womp womp.
I wouldn't have guessed that though.
Wow, Wild. All right.
That's actually really funny though that would have worked for the other one.
I know. There's probably someone at home going, no.
Okay, I mean 8 out of 9, we'll take that. That's if you guys got better answers, leave a comment. If you got lower percents, leave a comment. We appreciate that.
Yeah, we love to nerd out and see all the names that y'all come up with.
Yeah, we definitely could have used Luongo for the Florida one.
Yeah,
That would have made that a lot easier
yeah, we probably could have, but
than
whatever.
trying to gamble on Thomas Vokoun. Shout out to Thomas Vokoun though. Hey, can you look up if Olaf Kolzig ever had a under 250 season? Yeah, Oli just Google's Oli the goalie. I love it.
Must be tough when every time you Google your name, the first thing that comes up is a snowman from Frozen.
Okay, let's look at his seasons here in the NHL. Goals against. He did have one sub 250 season there. Oh no, 2, 3, 4. He had 4 of them.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah,
That would have
so
worked too.
you're on fire today.
Damn, I was humming on that one.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I didn't actually watch too much of like early Capitals, so like that was a little bit of a brain tickler for me.
For some reason, Olaf Kolzig had a mask. Right when I got into goaltending, he had a mask that I really loved, and so I made myself an Olaf Kolzig fan just because I really liked his mask. I don't know.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
I loved all the dumb little aesthetic things. Like I
Yeah.
used to print off pictures of goalies like from the printer and
Yeah.
then trace them on the window.
Hell
and then
yeah.
color their gear my own way.
Hell yeah. Okay, I think
Man.
that's all we got today.
Kolzig had some swaggy gear too,
He
eh?
did,
Like
dude. He was dripping.
his coho pads are kind of nice.
Yeah. It was the 2007-08 one.
Oh yeah, with the big shark teeth.
Yeah, I loved that mask.
Yeah, that goes hard. Very, very, very dope. With the cannon blasting out too.
Yeah, and the cat eyes.
Yeah, that goes hard.
All right, I think that's all we got.
Yeah, that's all we got. That was a blast.
That was a fun end. I'm glad we finished up with something fun there.
Yeah, definitely. That was a tough news cycle. So
Yeah,
we got through it though.
we got through it. We'll see you guys next week. It's always a pleasure, Trell. I'm excited to see you next week. Jay, I'm excited to have you next week. I'm excited to talk to you all next week.
It's
gonna
been a
be good
blast.
one.
This was a great time. I even though the news cycle sucked, it's always fun to get out here. It's always fun to talk hockey, and
Yeah, lots of good games tonight and this whole next week. So keep an eye out on those. Watch those. Never forget the Chicago Blackhawks covered up sexual assault. And please retire Gary Bettman. Keep your head up.
keep your head up. Boom.
Stick talk. Stick talk. Stick talk. Stick talk. Stick talk. Stick talk.